Oh yeah, just capped off my first day of a perfect month with a 20-minute sauna sesh there. Now I'm about to go get some groceries for this week, so let's go. I want to show the world just how dedicated I am to my journey as the Hungarian experiment and how dedicated I am to this blood hormonal testing that I want to get started. So I decided that over April I'm gonna cancel out all my little side experiments that I do. All the little experiments where I manipulate my life to start to push factors to the test and see how they affect me in my life. I'm gonna get rid of all those and I'm gonna start experimenting around with the things that I believe boost my base hormonal output the most. So as you may have already seen there, saunas is one of the factors that I'm really going to be optimizing as much as possible, as well as my sleep. I'm gonna be shooting for about 7.5 to 8.5 hours of sleep every single night, but those are only two of the factors out of many that I'm gonna be implementing and trying to optimize as much as I can over April. And then once April is all finished there and I have one perfect month of optimizing all my life factors, I'm gonna go get my very first blood hormonal testing started. So I'll see you guys after my morning experiments and I'll tell you guys the rest of my factors.
Every day I got some fly shit on, keeping all black outfit on. I already bagged most of the chicks that you out here trying to get on. You just catch it up to what I've been on. Yeah, that's what I've been on.
Every track's a problem, but I spit it's all venom like, yeah.
Every day I got some fly shit on, keeping all black outfit on. I already bagged most of the chicks that you out here trying to get on. You just catch it up to what I've been on. Yeah, that's what I've been on.
Morning experiments are all complete. Time for my morning coffee and 20 minutes of reading. Now, I like to add a little bit of xylitol into my coffee. If you've been following along my journey as the Hungarian experiment on my Instagram and Snapchat there, I discuss xylitol. It's an all-natural sweetener. It's not safe for dogs, but it's basically derived from hardwood. If you guys want a little bit more information, I'll throw it up on the screen here real quick for you. But besides that, I'm just going to sit here, do about 20 minutes of reading from Leonardo's Brain by Leonard Schlein. If you guys want to know a little bit about this book, I'll post a video where I discuss it right here for you. But before I start reading here, I want to discuss the factors that I'm going to optimize over April. So as you've already seen, the sauna, I'm going to shoot for about 2 hours worth of sauna a week. So whether it's 20 minutes, 6 times, or 30 minutes 4 times, no matter what, I'm going to attempt to get 2 hours worth of sauna sessions in every single week. If you guys want to know why I'm implementing saunas into my weekly regimen a lot more than normal and why I believe it's great for boosting your base hormonal output, go check out the video that's going to pop up right here. I refer to a lady named Dr. Rhonda Patrick, and she is very smart and a lot more informed than I am, so she'll be able to fill you guys in a lot better than I would be able to. So make sure you go check out that video right there. And as well, I also discuss my sleep. Over these last couple months, because I've really been trying to up my productivity, I've been cutting back on my sleep and I've been feeling it affect myself and my body. So I want to make sure I'm getting in a solid 7.5 to 8.5 hours every single night. Going to bed early if I have to, stopping doing work if I have to, and making sure I'm getting that sleep in so I can optimize my base hormonal output as much as possible. Now on top of that, I also believe there are many things in your life that can affect your base hormonal output. Sitting for 8 hours compared to standing is going to affect your base hormonal output. The products you use in your life, these are all things that you want to consider in your own life, and make sure you're experimenting around to see how they're affecting you over long periods of time. Most of these things that I'm going to be trying to optimize, I've already experimented around with a lot in the past, and I put it through rigorous experimentation, and I put it through many different aspects of my life and my lifestyle, so I know how it's going to affect me and my day-to-day life. So on top of all those factors, I'm also going to be making sure my nutrition is on point. I will discuss that later today. And my lifting. I want to make sure my lifting is on point as well, and I'm going to discuss that later today as well. So 20 minutes of reading. I'll catch you guys in a bit here. Oh yes, and if you're also interested in this book, don't just go check out that video, but also go check out my Instagram. Whenever I'm reading books that I think are very important for not just myself, but for the world, I like to post up pages on my Instagram and give a little bit of my thoughts there as well. So make sure you guys are following along my Instagram, Hungarian Experiment, and you'll see some pages from this book, and it'll give you an idea if it's something that you need in your life. So make sure you go check that out. Decided to make another coffee there, and I'm just getting some editing done at my stand-up desk. Over the last week or two here, I recently just changed up my whole apartment to make it a lot more efficient and a lot more productive while I'm down here and getting my work done. So I'll take you guys all through that tomorrow, because there's a lot to show you guys, because it's been a whole month or so since I made a full day-to-day video. So I'll take you guys through the laboratory tomorrow, and I'll show you guys the little things I did to make my workstation there, my little entertainment area, and my other workstation over there a lot more efficient and a lot more productive, saving me time and allowing me to build skills and knowledge whenever I'm down here. So instead of making this a bachelor pad, I made it into more of a laboratory where I do all my experiments and I get work done here. So I'll show you guys that tomorrow. Gonna edit for another 10 minutes or so, and then I'm off to the gym. So over March there, my main focus, my main priorities was my physique and building personal knowledge. I did a whole bunch of experimenting, testing things out in my lifestyle, as well as a shitload of reading. On top of that, I really focused on developing my physique. And last month, over March, I only did a lot of volume and time under tension. I didn't do a whole bunch of heavy lifting, which I believe is great for your base hormonal output. I believe that doing full body lifts and heavy lifts is going to result in a higher growth hormone output coming from your body. Over March, I barely did any of that because I really want to focus on volume. I believe you can still get amazing results if you don't lift heavy. But over this month, I really want to optimize my base hormonal output, so I'm going to be doing heavy lifts about 2 to 3 times a week, whereas in March, I did nothing. So I'm about to hit 275 on sumo deadlifts. It's not all that heavy. Like I said, I haven't done this for a month, so I'm really just focusing on my form, making sure I have good technique, and then my next heavy lifting workout, I'll make sure I hit it real hard. But that's basically my factors for my lifting and my exercises over April. Really gonna be doing 2 to 3 heavy lifts a week, while the rest of the week is gonna be a whole bunch of volume and a lot of time under tension. I see a lot of people, they work out for about a year or so, and then they're like, I wanna get on steroids. It's like, why don't you try naturally boosting your base hormonal output first? There are so many factors in life that you can boost your body. There are so many factors in your life, and there are so many ways that you can naturally increase your growth hormone levels. And that's what I'm trying to display over April, so fuck steroids, do it all naturally. So it's just a bit after 3 there. I have about an hour or so before I gotta head off to the gym. Still need a shower before then, but I'm gonna show you my food here and show you what factors and how I will be handling my nutrition over April. Now, if you guys follow along my journey as the Hungarian experiment, you know that I am an intermittent faster. I stopped eating last night right around 9 o'clock, and as you saw there, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now, so I'm about 18 hours completely fasted. Before I cook all this food up and actually get it into my body, it's gonna be about 18 and a half hours. I had a spinach salad right around 9 o'clock with a whole bunch of lean beef that I cooked up while I was at work. And yeah, let me take you through my food here. So I'm about to cook up all this lean ground beef here, and I got 5 pieces of whole wheat organic rye bread and a nice gigantic salad. Just gonna cut up some pickles and throw it up in there in a bit. Now, in terms of nutrition, I believe that the foods definitely do matter, but what I found on my own body and from experimenting around is that intermittent fasting or limiting the window that you're eating has a greater effect on your base hormonal output. I've done a whole bunch of videos on intermittent fasting. If you're new to my channel, make sure you go check out the intermittent fasting playlist right at the top of my homepage there. But basically, if you fast for 20 to 24 hours, you're getting a 1,500 to 2,000% increase in your growth hormone levels. Now, typically, as you see here, I fast for about 17 to 20 hours every single day. So I'm getting a great growth hormone boost. Now, on top of that, like I said, your nutrition does matter. I believe eating whole, healthy, organic, raw foods is the best way to go. But I believe you can also mix other things in there, which is what I was experimenting with over this last year. Over this last year, I was pushing intermittent fasting to the test. I was having crazy cheat days, days where I had low calories, days where I had crappy foods that I wouldn't consider healthy, and yet I was still able to get results. Over this last month, over March, I really wanted to push intermittent fasting to the test once again in terms of recovery. I did chest 12 days in a row. I was still recovering every day. I wasn't hurt going into the gym there. I wasn't sore, and I was getting great effects, great results, and I could see, like I started working up on my upper chest there, and I could see the results after a couple days. So intermittent fasting, I believe, is one of the best ways you can naturally boost your base growth hormone output. But over April, I'm still gonna try to eat clean, healthy, organic foods. And even on my cheat days, I'm going to attempt just to go into a surplus. I'm not gonna have like my typical cheat days where I go to McDonald's or I go to Montana's or something and have a crazy burger loaded with cheese or grilled cheeses around it. So this month is gonna be very clean, healthy eating because like I said, I wanna optimize all my factors as much as possible. In terms of carbohydrates, it'll either be whole organic rye bread or rice or potatoes. In terms of meats, I will either be having lean ground beef, sirloin steak, eggs, or chicken. And then the odd time where I may, if I'm running out of time, go to Subway and I'll get a turkey with double meat, and that's the only time I'll be having any other type of meat. But besides that, just beef, sirloin steak, eggs, and chicken for all of April, and every single day I'll be having one of these big ass salads. It's just loaded with a whole bunch of spring mix, a whole bunch of mushrooms, a whole bunch of carrots. Lately I've been adding pickles into it, makes it a lot more delicious tasting, and then adding this nice little mix of pumpkin seeds, cranberries, cashews. It's just got a whole bunch of different nuts and stuff there, and just makes the salad taste delicious. And I top that all off with some organic, non-preservative dressings. I prefer lemon, garlic, and Italian, but I also throw Greek in there every once in a while. I'll probably do that today. So a little more carbs there that I forgot to mention is fruit. I'm gonna be shooting for about 2 to 3 servings of fruit every single day. Nothing too crazy. Just have like a couple pears and a banana, or a couple bananas and a pear, or make my little granola and fruit mix there. So That's basically it. So that's the foods that I'm eating. I'm going to try to get all this food in within about 4 to 7 hours every single day. Today is going to be a little situational, even though I don't want to have too many situational days over April, but I'm probably going to get this food into my stomach right around 3:45. Oh, almost started there, but 3:45 is when I'll finally probably start eating, and then the beautiful one is coming over tonight. I'm gonna cook up some chicken dinner, probably have another salad. I'll take you guys through that whole journey, but by the time we stop eating, it'll probably be around 10:45 to 11:15, so that'll be 7 to 7.5 hours of eating, where I like to go on the lower side about 4 to 6 hours, but not a big deal. Still gonna get a great growth hormone boost from that, and that's basically how I'm gonna be handling my food over April. Intermittent fasting schedule of a 4 to 7 hour eating window. I'm going to shoot for around 2,400 to 2,600 calories, which I will be all guesstimating. I'm not gonna do any MyFitnessPal over April. I'm just gonna be watching how my body looks in the mirror the next day, as well as my body weight on the scale. So I still have a few more factors that I want to discuss before this video is over, but I really got to start cooking this food up before I got to run off to work there. So yep, just as I expected there, 3:45, I'm about to start my first meal of the day. Stopped eating last night right around 9 o'clock, and I am sitting at about 18.5 hours completely fasted right now. And with my first meal here, I'm gonna get in my supplements and vitamins. Now, I'm kind of short on my stuff at the moment. I only have my Men's Sport multivitamin and some vitamin D. Take 6,000 IUs of the vitamin D and 2 of the multivitamin. And then normally I also have about 6 fish oils in here, and I take 2 scoops of creatine. If you guys are interested and you want to know why I take these types of supplements and why I do it in the dosages that I do, then make sure you go check out the video that'll pop up right here. But for now, I'm just going to slam all this down, watch a nice Casey Neistat vlog, and then head off to work. So I'm running out of time here. I managed to finish off all that beef, but I'm going to take a couple bananas and a pear to work with me, and I still got about 3/4 of that salad. Probably eat that on my drive and when I have some time at work there. And I just want to show you guys, look at this ridiculousness. It's actually collecting on the ground. Like it's April, come on. Good thing I didn't put the big wheels on the Jeep, or I wouldn't be able to make it to work today. Time to go be a slave for that almighty dollar. Whew. It's absolutely amazing what a little bit of change in the weather can do for a restaurant's business. Like, we got smoked tonight because everyone was just hating the cold weather and they all came in for food. So I got extremely busy. It's right around 10 o'clock right now, but I made a nice $120 in tips there. So let's go. Got a kale salad here all ready to go. Got my rice all cooked up, it's just sitting there for another 10 minutes or so. Got 4 chicken breasts in the oven there. And as I said earlier, if I stop eating right around 11:15, that'll be about 7.5 hours of eating for today. I was trying to shoot for 10:45, but work held me up there. Then we're gonna head off to a 30-minute sauna sesh to wrap up the night. The final product here. 11:36 there, let's go hit up the sauna. Alright, this is how the video started and this is how it's gonna end. If you guys want to follow along my journey as the Hungarian experiment just a little bit better, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even Snapchat. That's all in the description box below, so make sure you're following me along on there. And thank you guys very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you guys like what you saw here, maybe you learned something, go hit that like button and of course, leave me a comment. I am the Hungarian experiment.